Hey guys, Adam here from Sapphire Comic Sanctuary. Happy new comic book day, week, whatever you want to call it. Well, since I've done this and I'm now back on my phone, which has much higher quality than my camera, so I came up with a way to make a little stand with a comic short box and a comic portfolio to do these videos again from my phone because I like the quality. All right, let's go ahead and get started with what I read this week. First up, we're going to start with a digital chapter. I read digitally Injustice Year Zero. This is chapter 8. This is by Tom Taylor with art by Sion Tormey. This was a nice little chapter adding on to the Injustice story before Injustice began. Here we have Harley Quinn has left the Joker's side after the Joker tried to mind control her, and she met up with Poison Ivy. And for all you Poison Ivy and Harley fans out there, myself included, this is a special little chapter for you, and I do recommend reading it. I enjoyed it. I don't read too much digitally, but I was really curious about the Injustice chapter, so I decided to read Injustice digitally. All right. Next up, we have from Boom Studios, we have Seven Secrets, issue number 3. This is written by Tom Taylor with art by Daniel D. Nicuolo. I probably butchered that name big time. Oh well. So we continue the epic little story going on in this. We learn more about what became of Sugard, and we learn that the council, I guess you call them, they have connections to higher ups like the British Prime Minister. This was actually a really good read. I enjoyed reading it. I have so many questions. What are these secrets? Why do they need a holder and a keeper? And what is our villain trying to prove here? But we shall see. Good read. Absolutely loved it. Tom Taylor trying out some good stuff. All right. Next up, we have the Batman's Grave, issue 11. This is written by Warren Ellis with art by Brian Hitch. In here, we learn who Scorn is, and him and Bruce Wayne are pretty much equals with the same ideals that they have for a better Gotham. But after attacking the police force, Scorn loses Batman's respect, but never really had Batman's respect. So we see the fight ensuing here, and some things fall out of that fight. So this was another good read. I enjoyed it. It was a really good, strong week for comics. Not gonna lie. Next up from DC Comics, we have Batman Detective Comics. This is issue 1028. This is the start of a new, this was kind of like a standalone story, I felt. This is written by Peter J. Tomasi with art by Nicola Scott. This was a good read. I mean, the story was a little confusing because I don't really remember hearing about the villain in this book, but I'm interested to see how this story plays out. This guy comes back from the dead, who was supposed to be dead, and he exacts revenge on cops in Gotham. And that doesn't sit well with Batman. Batman does Batman stuff. He investigates, and we learn some things, but it was an alright issue after Joker War, and after that, what should have just been a trade paperback. Alright. Next up, we have Wonder Woman 764. This is another this is by This was written by Mariko Tamaki with art by Stephen Pug. And here we see that Diane and Maxwell Lord go on a vacation together to Miami, and Maxwell Lord is mistaken for this celebrity because he looks like a celebrity in this book. And they search for who may have stolen Maxwell Lord's technology. I found this to be a very interesting read, and I'm kind of interested to see what is so important about this technology. What does Maxwell Lord plan to do with it? Why does Diane need to be with him all the time? We will see. All right. Next up is from Marvel Comics. We have Marvel Zombies Resurrection. This is issue 3 out of 4. This is written by Philip Kennedy Johnson with art by Leonard Kirk. So this is a 4-issue miniseries. It's a follow-up to Marvel Zombies, which is their competitor to DC's Deceased by Tom Taylor, and this is their competitor now to Deceased Dead Planet by Tom Taylor. So the crew, with Peter Parker's crew, they continue to march on to find the Galactus Hive to see if they can cure this zombified illness. And one of the Fantastic Four's kids was bitten in the previous issue, and he does not. Well, I can't really not going to really spoil it, but. Marvel Zombies Resurrection started out really, really slow. The first issue was a drag. The second issue was a drag. The third issue, stuff actually starts to pick up in here. So I'll be glad to see this done, but I don't think I'm going to, if there's a follow-up to Marvel Zombies Resurrection, I'm not going to pick it up. But I will finish reading this run. I don't want to spoil anything, but they work their way to Atlantis, and just craziness ensues, is what I can say. All right. All right, next up is Star Wars Darth Vader. This is issue number 6, written by Greg Pak with art by Raphael Ienco. Oh boy. When Darth Vader fails Darth Sidious, his master, the punishment is severe, and that's all I'm going to say. This book was wild. Alright, on to Marvel XMen Exoswords Part 6, Hellions number 5. This is written by Zeb Wells with art by Carmen Carnero. The Hellions are the comedic relief for the X-Men universe, and I really just got a good chuckle out of this with Sinister being Sinister, doing his thing, doing some crazy stuff. And they're trying to get into Araco because they're trying to cheat the game. I don't think it's going to play out very well. But this was a good read. Nice comic relief in the X-Men universe. Absolutely enjoyed it. Looking forward to reading more of Hellions and seeing how this will play into the rest of X of Swords. Alright. Next up, we have Marvel New Mutants. This is issue 13 of New Mutants. This is X of Swords, chapter 7. Here we learn about Cypher and how he's not ready for the contest of champions in the Araco vs. Krakoa sword match. But we just learned some things about Cypher, his reluctance to have been chosen, and how the council is coping with it, as well as we get Magic training him as well, so he knows how to use a sword. Since he's the voice of Krakoa, he's able to translate Krakoa for the Quiet Council. They don't want him to die, and they want someone to try to take his place, but he was chosen. What can you say? This was a good read. This will probably stay on my poll list after Exosaurus is over in December. Alright. Next up we have Cable number 5 from Marvel. This is Exosaurus Part 8 of 22. I'm sorry, New Mutants. That one was written by Ed Bryson with art by Rod Reyes. Grab my notes here. I actually took notes. So Cable 5, Exosaurus Chapter 8 is written by Gary Duggan and with art by Phil Noto. So we find Cable with his family up on a space station called Sword, and it appears they're the only people on the space station. So they investigate why, and Cable's sword is powering the space station. And it'll be very interesting to see how this plays out. I was a little bit lost because I don't really know what's all been going on in Cable. This is the first issue of Cable I picked up. But we'll see how this plays out. The way this story read, with how the sword powers the space station and why it shouldn't be powered, very interesting. Very interesting. All right. I also, just for completion reasons, I grabbed XMen Exosword's Handbook. This is various writers, various artists. This is not really a comic to say, it's just an encyclopedia of various characters, as you can see. So not a comic, just reference material. Like if I have questions on who are these people, I can go in here and read about the character's history and better understand their role in X-Men. And the cover looks awesome too, but I would say if you're not a completionist for Exoswords, you could probably skip this one and save yourself $4.99, or round it up to be $5. All right. So, on to runner-up for pick of the week. I have just started reading this, and I read a couple other comics that deal with this verse, and I went ahead and picked up The Amazing Spider-Man issue number 50. This is written by Nick Spencer with art by Patrick Gleason. This was a very interesting story. It is Kendrick's reveal. Kindred's reveal. We learn who that person was. We learn more about Norman Osborn and his sins. There's some Sin Eater action here. And there's some Spider family conflict in here as well. Doctor Strange also plays a role in this book because it looks like Peter Parker did something early on and messed up. But I enjoyed this read. It was going to be my pick of the week because it was I felt it was a very good paced book. It looks like it answered a lot of people's questions. Some big Amazing Spider-Man fans will probably be disappointed by this book and the rather lackluster reveal at the end, but was all right. I actually went ahead and added it to my poll list because this is the start of the new storyline. The new storyline is called Last Remains. This is part 1. Very nice. You get to see Silk, you get to see Spider-Gwen, Miles Morales is in here, and of course Peter Parker is in here. And I actually some people don't like the Spider family in every single ASM book, but I'm not worried about it. It's how I got introduced to the Spider family, and Silk was actually the first one that I actually read almost her entire story. Because I did, for a short time there, I did have an ASM 4 that was her first reveal. I sold that after I read it, but it was good. This was another good read, and I'm looking forward to seeing what more Amazing Spider-Man has coming for it. I also have issues 47. I have issue 47 coming as well. I gotta get issue 48, and I gotta get a Spider-Man 850 or 49. So that was running up for pick of the week, but my pick of the week is going to go to Dark Knight's Death Metal issue number 4, written by Scott Snyder and with art by Greg Capullo. Wow. This was a roller coaster. It was a roller coaster. I don't know what else to say. This book actually helped make all the recent tie-ins from last month make sense, because they're referencing this book almost directly. And it's going to be real interesting to see what the Darkest Knight, aka the Batman Who Laughs, does in the next couple of issues. But this was awesome. I enjoyed it. I loved it. I did not expect the way it ended, but that's okay. I'm not too worried about it. And yeah, this was just a really good book. Kind of left my jaw slack for a little bit, because I had to take a break after reading this book, because I enjoyed it a lot. A lot of people probably won't, but I enjoyed it, and this became my pick of the week because I felt it was the best comic out of everything that I read. So, my pick of the week goes to Dark Knight's Death Metal issue number 4. Alright, that was a long video. Anyways, guys, that's it for my polls this week. Thank you for watching this far. If you subscribe, that'd be awesome. That helps me a lot. Hit that like button. That'll assist with the YouTube algorithm. If you didn't like the video, okay, the dislike button's right there. If you want to be first to my videos when they get uploaded, hit the bell notification in the upper right hand corner. And if you want to support this channel financially, I do have a Patreon link below. It says $3 a month, and what that gets you is any video that I upload, it's yours to watch privately for 24 hours before I make it public. So thank you guys so much for watching, and you all have a good week. Bye-bye.